I'm really proud of how our kids competed tonight. We didn't have our best game, but a lot of it had to do with TCU's, came in ready to play. I was certainly impressed because I know Trent Johnson's teams, they play hard, they play physical, and they're very aggressive. And so we had to match their intensity. I thought early in the game, wasn't so much that we weren't playing hard, it's just that they were hitting some shots. But I'm really proud of this group of guys here, believing in themselves, believing in the system, and executing. A lot of guys logged a lot of minutes, and it was a different routine for us. We'd been 3 days off or a day off, so we didn't have a day off, and I can tell our guys were just a little bit maybe fatigued, but we regrouped, and you've got to win game. In this league, there's never an easy, nothing's easy, and you've got to come ready to play every night. But again, we got outstanding play and scoring from Zach and Aaron, so really pleased with this win.
Coach, what was the locker room atmosphere like at halftime? Was it just all business, or was it fire and brimstone, or what was going on?
Business. We just needed to make the adjustments. As I tell them every time I go in at halftime, I say, fellows, hey, the most insignificant score in basketball or in sports is a halftime score. So don't panic. In fact, I told them that. I went to tell them that, and we went back and met with the staff to let them know that we got to run them off the threes. The things we needed to do, we did. We came out in the second half and changed our defense, became a little more aggressive, and played more denial type defense to guard the three-point line, and it showed in the second half with them only making 2 out of 9 after making 7 out of 11. So the adjustments, the kids are making the adjustments. They're listening and executing the game plan that we're making at halftime. We wanted to go inside because we thought that was a problem in the first half. They were just pounding us inside, and we needed to. So that helped getting them in foul trouble early and getting us on the line. And you can see with a guy like Aaron making 12 out of 12 and Zach 7 out of 10, we went inside to our post players. And those are the adjustments we made at halftime. No, it was just business-like. And then the kids were, they were a little bit, I hadn't seen them, but they're like that. They're not a group they're becoming more serious-minded and more focused.
Y'all ended up with 14 assists to only 5 turnovers. What did you think of that statistic for your guys?
That's probably the best part of the game was the way we took care of the ball, and sharing the basketball, especially against the outstanding defense that TCU played tonight. They made us go to different options, but I thought Keenan did a good job, running the team. I thought Devin Thomas came in, and when Keenan got in foul trouble, did an excellent job. So we kept the ball in their hands a lot. But we do our offense is very, I guess we're going to say a lot of guys end up handling the ball in our offense. And for so many people to handle the ball and still only have 5 turnovers. I was more impressed probably with our deflections as well. In the second half, I think we ended up with 27 in the second, 25 or 27 in the second half, which is outstanding. Probably the best half we've had as far as defensive deflections are concerned.
Coach, how important was it to actually come out to begin the second half very, very quickly and actually come back and take the lead with still plenty of time left? Because sometimes you see teams come back and they catch up very, very late, and then they fall back. It's like the climb is so hard they don't have enough energy to finish it off. But y'all came back early in the second half.
That was a big concern, just how are we. And the most important minutes, after I talk about the adjustments we have to make, we talk about establishing, the presence, the tempo to start the second half. And we did, I'm not sure who scored, but I think we got a couple drives to the basket. Keenan was very aggressive in taking the ball to the basket. And we really stepped up our defense. So, yeah, that's critical. That if we had not come out, and you're right, teams do I really didn't think we really caught up that quick. It was within the offense, and we weren't really turning them over much. They only had 7 turnovers in the game, so it wasn't like we were. It's just that we picked up the defensive intensity and limited their second shots, which was critical, and really challenged every shot and every pass starting the second half.
Coach, I think you're down 10 or 12 at this point, late in the first half, and then you guys had those back-to-back dunks that really got the crowd back into it, that brought a whole lot of energy back into the crowd. Was that key to get that second half started with that energy from that point?
Could be. I think we finished the half on a good note with some good play, but they answered just about every time we tried to. We thought we had some momentum. They stepped up. Chauncey stepped up. J.D. Miller. They had some guys that, Brandon Parrish was outstanding. Malik Trent. They were outstanding in answering. It seemed like every time we would make a run, they answered it with a play at the other end.
Coach, Matt touched on it. First time in 20 years this team has been able to win 5 games in a row in conference. What to you has been, I guess, the biggest factor to allow this team kind of reach this achievement?
Well, you have to have talent to compete in this league, at any level, and we've got some talented players that are playing to their potential. We always talk about overachieving and playing harder and playing smarter. So I think we have some players that are recognizing that if I don't play harder and if I don't play smarter, we're not going to win. And it's just taking time. Although we've stayed positive. I think that's been the key all season long, even when we're having some tough losses early in conference play. I knew we just needed to catch a break and win some close games to give us that confidence. But our kids never lost. They never lost faith. They never lost confidence, and they kept working hard. And that's what you have. They got in the gym more. We started getting in more shots. Just coming in the morning and getting a lift. You just have to work harder. And I thought that's what our kids have done.
Coach, like we already talked about, only 5 turnovers tonight. So with as physical as things kind of got in the paint and how much y'all kind of went to the paint tonight, what did it mean to see your guys convert so many of those baskets and then do so well at the free throw line, especially Aaron tonight?
Well, it's we got a little foul trouble there early on, and I think Matt got in a little foul trouble. We need more minutes, and we need to get more people. We need to get. Our bench needs to contribute more. You look down there, it looked like our bench really played great tonight, but it was Aaron Ross with his 25 points. So he's really like a starter. I'm sorry, what I thought was, what was your question again? He was saying?
Just what do you think about?
Oh, our free throw shoot. Well, that's what I mean. Again, when you can put the ball in a guy, and the players know that Aaron is an excellent free throw shooter, and when Zach, we ran a couple plays because Zach was making his free throws, and we thought we had a mismatch there that he could take advantage of and drive Brzezinski to the basket, and that was critical in making those plays, especially our inside players.
Coach, when Keenan got in foul trouble, he picked up 3. I thought Devin came in and gave you some pretty good minutes. He got a couple of steals, a couple of buckets.
Yeah, I can't say, and I told him at the end of the game, how proud I was of how he played today. And in most junior college players, it takes about half a year. He's had high school, prep school, junior college, even he went to a 4-year school. So he's a kid that's had about 4 different systems. And so making the adjustment, he's just starting to feel comfortable. When he first started practice, he would pass the ball and run to the corner. Pass the ball, run to the corner. We had no offense for our point guard to run to the corner. But so what I'm saying is he's understanding and adapting to our style and our system, And tonight he made some crucial plays with those 2 steals and really harassed and disrupted and gave us some momentum. We need that. That's the type of play we expect from him.
Coach, Aaron Ross went down a little bit. I guess if you have an update on his status, and then it looked like Norrance is out of the boot. I guess if you have an update on that as well.
Well, Aaron, his status, he tweaked his ankle. He just said he kind of came down on it wrong, but he was fine. I saw him in the training room, and I don't think he has any swelling, so it wasn't really a. When it's on his leg, I'm sure that he's, synapses, your mind tells you, hey, go down, and I'm glad he did. As far as that is, but what I mean is, it tells him that you tweak your ankle, go down right away, so it doesn't affect your knee and other parts of your body. So I'm happy that he's okay, and came back in the game, and we needed him. That's for certain. Norris, he's been running. He's out of the cast. He's out of the boot. So his progress is. We're not going to rush him, but we'd love to have him back as soon as we can. And it's important, especially this juncture, and we're with an opportunity to play in postseason play. It's critical that we get him back.
What have you seen from the team that's allowed them to get those deflections that are making big stops late in the games?
Well, we've made some adjustments in our defense to force opponents a certain way, and we've been working hard on active hands, getting our hands and getting deflections. So in practice, and you have to practice those things and make them, execute it in practice, so they're not going to do it in a game. So I think that has helped, and just. I don't know, that's best about it.